Lohan.
Oh, so do I. Come on. Who doesn't? She keeps me occupied, can I tell you, on the gossip blogs. I just love her.
Oh, you have a blog too, yes.
Oh, I do. Oh, I write a blog.
Yeah, who do you blog more, Lindsay Lohan or Paris Hilton?
Well, I don't really write that kind of blog. I just write about me and my dog. It's kind of really boring.
No, you just said...
Tons of people read it. My blog buddies read it.
You just said 2 seconds ago that she keeps you busy on your blog.
No, reading the blogs. Reading the blogs. This is all I do.
Do you care more about, Lindsay or Paris, or is it a close call?
Oh, it's really close. I hate to admit that I'm like caught up in, but for some reason, I still don't know what it is. I need to know what they're doing, and I love this. She just got out of rehab, Lindsay Lohan.
I think she thinks rehab is the name of a club.
You think so?
Yeah. Okay, I want to do the other side, because first of all, I think that Lindsay Lohan is a very fine actress. Secondly, she got out of 45 days in rehab and stayed there longer than she had to. I give her great credit. This young woman is trying. She wears an alcohol... What is it called?
Bracelet. Sort of bracelet.
An alcohol monitoring bracelet, in case she's someplace where people think, hey, she may be drinking or she's driving. She doesn't have to do that. That's voluntary. However, then I know what you're talking about is that she went to a club in Las Vegas, and I went to that club when we were working. We were doing a story. Yes.
Barbara went to this club. I couldn't get in to save my life to this club, but Barbara's going.
Believe me, you could. And anyway, so the question is, should she even take that kind of temptation? There is a slogan in AA that says, if you hang around a barbershop long enough, you're bound to get a haircut. So the question is, should she be doing that at all? She says she was sober, she was with sober friends, and why shouldn't she be allowed to go and dance?
Maybe she's testing herself. I mean, she seems to be the type of girl that wants to see how close to the line she can actually get without getting burned.
Like going to an all-you-can-eat buffet. You know, like when you have a problem, you just stay away from it.
But you do.
I do.
Buffets.
Well, I did just recently, but I have the fruit, so I guess maybe it's possible. Good point.
How guilty is somebody if they were to bring you to the all-you-can-eat buffet?
Are you brought if you're an adult?
Brought you a bag of trans-fat potato chips?
I'm a grown person, so I can turn that down. You know, I think a grown person, whether they're an addict or whatever, if they face their addiction, can turn it down. That's part of it.
Did you change your friend? Like a lot of people say, when they've lost a lot of weight, they'll change their group of friends. They'll kind of need to change their lifestyle because their old friends lead them into old habits. Do you think Lindsay maybe should kind of reassess and go with friends that maybe won't bring her to these places?
She was with friends who were sober. I mean, I don't think that she should be condemned because she put herself in temptation. If she can do that and avoid it, more power to her. It just makes it more difficult. But this is a woman who can have a young woman who can have a very big career. And I guess I'm prejudiced because I met her at some point in
She's so
California.
talented.
She was a very sweet, nice girl, and so I wish her well.
And she's honest. She came here. She was on the show with us, and she talked a lot about how when she lost all of that weight and was under the microscope for getting too thin, and how she started to think, well, you know, maybe people keep complimenting me on how I look. Maybe I do look better at this weight. And, you know, then she checked into the hospital for exhaustion. There was a lot that followed, but she's always very candid. I give her a lot of credit for that.
You were talking about aiding and abetting.
Well, there was a big brawl in California, in L.A. recently, I think this week maybe, between Jon Lovitz and Andy Dick. Do you know who Jon Lovitz is? He's from Saturday Night Live. Andy Dick, I believe he was on that show too.
I think so.
Anyway, you know who Andy Dick is, don't you? There you are. Recognize those faces? How could you miss them?
It's like it looks like a before and after, doesn't it?
The worst thing is the audience is saying, no, I don't recognize those faces.
No, they know who they are. Anyway, they had a big fight because what's his name? Andy Dick apparently years ago gave Phil Hartman's wife some coke at a party. Phil Hartman used to be on Saturday Night Live, and she took it, and then very shortly thereafter, she shot her husband, Phil Hartman, and herself. And she had been sober for about 10 years or something, and so Andy Dick went and he beat him up. He basically beat up Andy Dick the other day because he said, you were responsible for killing,
so this woman was sober for 10 years, and Andy Dick was kind of the gateway into here are your drugs again.
Yeah, but it's the same idea. Should Lindsay go into a bar? Should she go near a party? I mean, should she take it? Is it his fault? Is it her fault? What do you think? If
someone gives me a hot dog and I eat it, is it their fault for giving me the hot dog or my fault for eating it? I think I'm a big grown person, and you know, food is an addiction. I think in some ways, just like alcohol and drugs are, and you have to be a grown up. I think, and you're responsible for those decisions.
So it's not Andy Dick's fault that he gave her the cocaine. How come he's nice?
I don't think that's the right thing to do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying give everyone cocaine, you know, but I think you have to be accountable for your own actions.
Who's ultimately responsible?
I think the person is.
Yeah.
I think yourself.
I think so too.
But
I
then
do.
you wonder, should there be any kind of a penalty if you do this to somebody?
I think there will be
Isn't
in
there a law?
karma.
Wait,
It's an
maybe.
accomplice. You're an accomplice to their downfall
I
if
don't,
you
I don't
are.
believe in karma. Either
You
go to
don't?
jail or don't. No.
Oh, I believe in karma.
By
If
the
you
time
put
you
naked
wait-
things in the world, you're going to get crapped on.
That's baloney. Think of Hitler. He had a great life.
Did
Please.
he?
Yes. And then
Well,
he killed
didn't
him.
end up too well.
Yeah, right. I don't think he.
Hitler killed himself at the end. He hardly suffered. A lot of those Nazis went to Argentina, lived to be 90 years old. There's no such thing. Please.
I don't know.
It's an
I like to live
interesting
my
thing,
life that way,
Joy.
though. I
No,
like
you
to
can
live my
believe that.
life that way.
You can believe that if
Because
you
it makes
want.
me a nice
How about
person. You
this?
do nice things.
How about just
You
do
should do
nice things
nice
for the sake
things.
of doing nice things?
But don't expect it back.
That's right.
And I don't think you're that type of person that
I don't
expects
mean
things
that.
back. You just believe that it's kind of pay it
Yes.
forward. It's
Just give and shut up.
Okay,
Typical.
can do.
Okay, well, speaking of giving and shutting up, we made Al Sharpton angry. And yes, we did. Yes, we
Yes.
did. And we may shut up, but we'll discuss it with you when we come back
not
with more
gonna
hot
shut up.
topics. Well, we never shut up.
I won't